My name is Black, and traveling has always been one of my greatest dreams. For years, I had imagined visiting the bustling streets of New York City, where bright lights, towering skyscrapers, and endless adventures awaited. This story recounts my incredible journey to the city that never sleeps, from planning my trip to experiencing the magic of New York firsthand. A trip to New York requires careful planning. I researched flights, accommodations, and must-visit landmarks. Booking my flight was exhilarating as it signified the first real step toward my adventure. I created a checklist of places to visit, from Times Square to Central Park, ensuring that I would make the most of my time in the city. The excitement of boarding my flight was overwhelming. As the plane took off, I stared out the window, watching my hometown disappear beneath the clouds. Hours later, the sight of the New York skyline filled me with anticipation. The moment I landed at JFK Airport, I knew my adventure had truly begun. Stepping out of the airport, I was immediately struck by the energy of New York. Yellow taxis zipped past, people hurried down the sidewalks, and the sounds of the city surrounded me. The towering skyscrapers, the fast-paced lifestyle, and the diversity of people made it unlike any place I had ever been. Times Square was my first stop. The dazzling billboards, the massive crowds, and the street performers created an electric atmosphere. I wandered through the area, taking in the sights and sounds. I even stopped by a Broadway ticket booth, tempted by the idea of watching a live show later in my trip. In contrast to the chaos of Times Square, Central Park offered a serene escape. I strolled along its winding paths, admired the beautiful landscapes, and watched street musicians perform. The park's vastness amazed me, and I took my time exploring its hidden corners. No trip to New York would be complete without visiting the Statue of Liberty. Taking a ferry to Liberty Island, I marveled at the colossal statue up close. The view of the Manhattan skyline from the island was breathtaking, and I felt a deep sense of appreciation for the city's rich history. New York's food scene is legendary, and I was eager to try everything. From classic New York pizza to gourmet food trucks, every meal was a delight. I visited Katz's Delicatessen for a famous pastrami sandwich and enjoyed a bagel with cream cheese at a small corner cafe. I dedicated a day to exploring the museums of New York. The Metropolitan Museum of Art left me in awe with its vast collection, while the American Museum of Natural History transported me through time with its exhibits. Each museum visit enriched my understanding of the city's culture and history. One of the highlights of my trip was watching a Broadway show. I managed to get tickets to a popular musical, and the performance was nothing short of spectacular. The talent, the music, and the stage production left me mesmerized. Seeing New York from the top of the Empire State Building was an unforgettable experience. As I stood on the observation deck, I gazed at the endless city lights stretching in every direction. The view was a reminder of the city's vastness and vibrancy. I ventured across the Brooklyn Bridge, taking in the stunning views along the way. Brooklyn's charm was different from Manhattan's. It felt more relaxed and artistic. I visited the famous Dumbo area and enjoyed some of the best coffee and pastries I had ever tasted. Visiting the 9/11 Memorial was a deeply moving experience. The reflecting pools in the museum paid tribute to those who lost their lives in the tragic event. Walking through the exhibits, I gained a deeper appreciation for the resilience and unity of New Yorkers. New York is a shopper's paradise. I explored Fifth Avenue, browsing high-end stores and iconic department stores like Macy's. I also visited local street markets where I found unique souvenirs to bring home. Chinatown and Little Italy offered a cultural escape within the city. I indulged in authentic Chinese dumplings and later enjoyed an Italian espresso. The vibrant streets, bustling with energy, made for a fantastic experience. New York's nightlife was just as exciting as its daytime attractions. I visited a rooftop bar where I enjoyed a breathtaking view of the city at night. The music, the lights, and the energy of the people made it an unforgettable night. Navigating the New York subway was an adventure in itself. The underground maze of stations, the diverse commuters, and the fast-paced trains were all part of the city's unique character. I quickly learned to embrace the system and enjoyed the experience of traveling like a true New Yorker. On my last day, I took one final walk through the city. I revisited some of my favorite spots and reflected on everything I had experienced. New York had exceeded all my expectations and had given me memories that would last a lifetime. As I boarded my flight home, I felt a bittersweet mix of emotions. Leaving New York was difficult, but I knew this wouldn't be my last visit. The city had captured my heart, and I promised myself that one day I would return. Traveling to New York was more than just a vacation. It was an adventure that enriched my life. The experiences, the people, and the city itself had left an unforgettable mark on me. I left New York with a newfound appreciation for travel, culture, and the excitement of exploring new places.